Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from I Have to Poop. Steal my money, gaslight me, have fun explaining your DVD collection to your girlfriend. Hi again. Since a few of you wanted me to post again, I figured I would give it a go. This one doesn't have quite the same bang for my buck as the last story involving Mac. This one was a few years ago, before Mac got into hard drugs, so he was still a bit more reasonable of a person, but still treated everyone like crap. I believe this instance happened 5 years ago, before my last post, but that's not important to this story. For the sake of keeping the story flowing, let's just say I was 13 years old. I'm getting to the age where I'm picking up lawn mowing to earn a few bucks, but without much success. Lo and behold, I finally made my first $50 bill in my life. That wasn't given to me for Christmas or my birthday. I earned it. Hell, I would have been lucky to get that much for Christmas or a birthday. My great aunt, one of the few people in my life that I felt actually listened and cared about what I had to say, said I could mow her lawn for 30. She gave me a $20 tip because she didn't have change. At least, that's what she told me. I didn't care. It was 50 whole dollars. I go about my day feeling just like Bart Simpson in that episode with the same storyline. I was ready to find my Quickie Mart. Buy the most potent squishy money could get me, all the candy I could eat, and then wander over to my local strip mall to buy a GameCube game to play. Alas, this was all had to wait. 13-year-old me had to wait until I could go to the strip mall. The following morning, my mom broke the news that I had to stay at Mac's place for the weekend as no one else would be around, due to a family emergency. Great, I'm stuck with my beehole brother. What kind of nightmare would I have to endure in what was going to likely be a toxic waste dump zone as an apartment? To my pleasant surprise, it wasn't all that bad. His girlfriend kept the place tidy and all things organized. He let me play his Xbox 360 to keep me occupied. I was having a decent time with Mac. He wasn't being a jack A to me, as he always was. I thought maybe he was finally going to be decent to me. That evening, he saw the $50 hanging out of my pocket and managed to talk me into loaning it to him. He said he would be able to give it back to me by Sunday morning. My naive, 13-year-old self believed him. He buttered me up with video games, random snacks, a bit of soda, then off to fill his gas tank with my $50. I now know he most likely used it to buy weed. Sunday morning rolled around, and before I went home, I asked for the money. Max said, "I need a bit longer, but I'll promise I'll pay you back this week." The same excuse was meaninglessly said that week, and the next week, and then the next. Almost a month later, he said to me, "I already paid you. I have no idea why you're still asking me," and then hung up the phone. It was clear I was never getting the money. Of course, believing the best at my dad at the time, I said to him, "He's stealing my money. He never paid me. He's telling everyone he already did." He calls Mac, who then tells my dad that I already paid and spent the money on McDonald's or a video game, and forgot I spent it. The realization that I was never getting my money back sunk in even deeper into my gut. I decided to move on with my life. Not that I have a choice. There's nothing I can do to get it back. I'm 13, he's twice my size, has a car, I have a bike, and he lives 10 miles away. More time passes. I forget how long. Before Mom says, "We're going away again, and you're staying at your brother's apartment for the night. OP, we'll pick you up before church tomorrow." Great, I'm stuck with him. Still angry that I even have to see him again, and now I'm trapped in his apartment for the next 12 to 24 hours. This time, Mac is much less accommodating, no video games, nothing fun. The beehole even makes me cook his dinner for him by promising me Xbox time if I did, which he immediately goes back on. He tells me instead, just pick up a good movie to watch. I start rifling through the DVDs while Mac and his GF sit down on the couch behind me to eat the food they just tricked me into making for them. I am furious. I decided to make the best of it and pick out an R-rated action movie I wouldn't be able to watch at home. I opened one of the cases and I didn't know what it was. It's a movie I had never heard of. I wish I could remember what I saw on that DVD. Oh well. I know Mac doesn't ever put movies back in their original cases. I'll check another, so I reach to open another that I might like. Same thing, another strange DVD with a weird name. And I can't find the proper case. How annoying. I pick up one more DVD case and find one labeled Mommy Wants Hard Salami. I finally think, gross. I've been rifling through his prawn. Then I search through a couple more DVD cases that have the wrong DVDs, but they are movies I've heard of. Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Mac had strategically formed a spank bank with all of his movie cases that GF would never watch. He never counted on me going through it. I go back a few cases and grab the spicy DVD. I put it in a tray and with a deep breath and say, here we go. I hit play. I look up at the TV and say, Mac, I think something's wrong with your movie. This doesn't look like a normal men. Loud prawn music starts to play, along with all the accompanying images. His GF screams, OP, what the F? Did you seriously bring prawn and expect us to watch it with you? I reply, I thought this was movie insert title here. Mac has all the cases mixed up and I didn't look at the DVD before I put it in. The looks on their faces and the following silence between the two was worth every cent of that $50 he stole from me. They disappeared outside to one of their cars for a bit. When they came back inside, they told me that something had come up, and they were bringing me to my cousin's instead. The whole car ride was more silence between the two. I sat in the back, staring at the window, heart racing, hoping he wouldn't realize what I just did to him. Mac drove his girlfriend and stared out the window with a look of frustration and sheer rage buried beneath it. The entire time, she was the insecure, jealous, attention-seeking type. I knew this was going to blow up between them the moment I got out of their car. I'd like to say I learned more about what happened after that, but we never spoke of that day again. I did everything I could to avoid going back to Max. To this day, he doesn't know I did it on purpose. TLDR, when I was 13, my brother scanned me out of my first hard-earned $50 bill, so I exposed his prawn stash to his very jealous girlfriend by playing it on their DVD player in front of them and claiming it was an accident. Well, OP, I like this one. I thought it was quite funny. And yeah, Matt gets what he deserves for screwing you out of your hard-earned money like that. What a prick, man, taking a kid's $50 like that to buy some trees, if you know what I'm saying. Ugh. Yeah, OP, I don't know how old you are now, but if you're old enough to take him in a fight, maybe tell him to see the look on his face. I think it'd be funny. And our final one comes from Land of 10,000 Feet. I destroyed my former employer's credibility on Glassdoor, and now they can't fill any position. I worked for a nonprofit with toxic leadership. No one was doing exit interviews, so I took over. I told employees to leave a review, but don't leave a 1-star review because it shows you don't care. Leave a 2-star review because that shows you care. Most companies don't have any 2-star reviews from employees. This company has almost all 2 stars. And it equals toxic workplace is trending in the reviews. Rating dropped from 3.4 to 2.4. CEO approval is almost nothing. CEO even planted 5-star reviews in her own company voice and branding, but it wasn't enough. Less than 200 employees and 30 plus empty positions at any given point. She's stepping down at the end of the year, and her statement sounded very scripted, and her voice sounded very defeated. Peace out. Ah, a short but simple and sweet one. Good, they deserved it. I'm so sick of every work environment being toxic. That seems to be the trend nowadays. And you did it in a very, crafty way. People are going to notice a 1-star, but 2 stars. You don't see it, it's true, you don't see a lot of those. That would catch my eye too. Good job, OP. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.